Well, happy Friday. It's a holiday weekend here. Monday is a holiday here in the United States, Memorial Day. So there will not be a stream. It's a half day of trading. So going into Friday of a holiday week, I just want to, one, I'm going golfing. Two, I want to be finding a good trade and then going into a long weekend on a good note. And we did exactly that today. Happy with my trades and executed well, made a bag, and we're gonna go and recap that right now. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Oh, hello, good morning. Welcome, happy Friday. Hopefully Matt's hungry for his 4-year-old's birthday party. She didn't have a birthday party yet. Her birthday party is actually in like a week. It's at a gymnastics gym. Yesterday it was just like a little one-on-one time. It was just me and her, and we went to a water park, and I think she peaked. She was thriving, dude. I didn't know how it was gonna go, to be honest. I didn't know if it was gonna be like 30 minutes and tired of it, But I kid you not, like we were in like the kids zone, and they had some like pretty fun slides that were going pretty fast for her, to be honest. I think she did them 100 times. Maybe over. And I don't think that's an exaggeration either, which is crazy. And then they had like an arcade outside. Like a big arcade with like roller coasters and stuff. All indoor. So we did roller coasters. We did like some of those little kiddie games. And then she was like, I'm over this. Let's go to the big kid games. So then we played man, she was actually really good too, which is hilarious. Great sign for the future. They had like those little water cannon games, but it was kind of like those old school gun games, like the plastic guns that you shoot this like things like the dinosaurs coming at the screen or whatever. But this was like a water cannon version. So it was shooting literal water at the screen at like dinosaurs to freeze them and stuff. She was obsessed with it. Super good. And then we had a great lunch. Had the biggest milkshake I've ever seen in my life. Unintentionally ordered. That big, but it was fun. It's her birthday. It's literally the size of her. I'll show you a picture in a second. And then came back out, and then she became obsessed with the claw machine. She realized that you could have that you could get prizes from the bottom, so she went through every bottom of a claw machine, seeing if there was like a plushie in there, or a lovey or whatever. And then I got her like 5, and I had like an 80% hit rate on those things too. I was feeling good, man. Feeling good on the claw. It was a great day though. Honestly, I was exhausted afterwards, but it was really fun. Okay, look how big this milkshake is. For what it's worth, she's standing on her feet. I couldn't even get to the straw from me sitting down. It's really fun. We had like literally a 20th of it. Looks like we dumped on the overnight. At least a little bit. VWAP is up at 2980 or so. You got overnight lows down at 2720. And overnight highs up at 21,240, with yesterday's value area being pretty small up there, 120 point value area range. We've done way more than that. That's what the daily chart looks like. Nice little consolidation, then slap. Depending on how aggressive we get, 2350 looks decent down there. I will be around till IB. If we don't get an IB trade right around 9:30, I'm gonna take off because I'm golfing. Trump tariff tweets. Oh, I didn't look at news either. This is news on the session today. We've got home sales at 9 o'clock. Rate cuts still possible for 10 to 16 month horizon. That's a very random range. Tariff rates. That high would be scary for supply chain. Trump EU tariff to start June 1st. Tariff of at least 25% of iPhones are not made in the US. Interesting. I mean, that's pretty much guaranteed, right? I don't see a world where they flip their entire supply chain to the US very, very, very quickly. And chat, it's a holiday on Monday if you are not in the United States. Just a reminder, there's a holiday on Monday. It's Memorial Day. I believe the market is open a half day on Monday, but I will not be here. I don't mess with half days. I used to when I was working. When I used to work and was trading on the side, I would trade on half days and stuff because I wouldn't have work on that day. And so I would try and trade. But the last couple of years, as I've flipped over into, full-time watching the markets and stuff, it's just like, it's pretty healthy to have breaks, in my opinion. Especially on a half day where the volatility is usually no good. And you get burned enough times on a situation like that and you just kind of stop trading it. So I'm not trading half days. I'm not going to trade Monday. The next stream will be Tuesday. You're looking for IB trades and wick test trades only today? Same thing as always, tag, or the new norm, I should say. The new norm is IB, top priority. Between 8:45 and 9 o'clock, if a beautiful wick test appears, I will take it. After 9 o'clock, if a wick test appears or we have really good ranging action, scratch what I just said. If we have very good trendy action, words are hard. If we have really good trendy action and I see a really nice, like if the trend is up and I get a really nice bottoming candle, I'll look for a 50% retrace of the wick. Or a really nice, like if we get slapped like crazy and we're trending down and we have a really nice topping candle, I'll look for 50% of the retrace of the wick there. That happens after 9 o'clock. And then IB after 9:30, obviously. So those are the three setups that I'm really looking for. Matt, tell them about breaking the rule because you traded on a holiday. Yeah, I got burned super bad. The very first funded account I ever had, very first prop firm experience. I passed a top step combine, which at the time was 5 days to pass step 1, like a minimum of 5 days traded to pass step 1, and then a minimum of 10 days traded to pass step 2. This was top step way back in the day. And then back then, they also put you in a live account right away. There was no such thing as XFAs or sim funded or anything like that. It was just straight up to a live account. So I wait like a whole week before, what day is that? President's Day or MLK Day, one of the two. I forget which one it is. Because it takes like a week to get your funded account or a live account or whatever. So I waited, finally get the credentials on a Monday morning or something. Maybe it was Friday night. And then Monday, the holiday comes around. My dummy butt didn't, like they had a rule at the time that you could not trade holidays on your funded accounts. Don't know if that's still a thing. I don't think it is, but I don't know. Market opens. I fire in a trade. He immediately gets rejected. And I'm like, what the heck? And the account was blown just like that. Very first trade on a live funded account after passing a top step combine. My very first time through it, passed it, waited, got my live funded account, and then blew the account in a single trade because I traded it on a holiday. The account balance ended with like literally minus $2.50 off of a tick or something. It was crazy. After spending 15 days in the combine too. Back then it was a minimum of 15 business days. It was basically like almost a freaking month to get through it. Very annoying. I was so angry. And I was very confused for the first hour. I was like, what the heck is happening here? Went to support and they were like, yeah, dude, you can't trade on holidays. I was like, ah, dang it, dude. Apparently I can just go TBM anywhere. Yeah. Matt from My Funded Futures actually took away that dude's TBM code. Apparently, yeah, someone random took code TBM. I don't have an affiliate, like an actual affiliate code for any literally anywhere. I don't have one on TradeZella. I don't have one anywhere other than Apex. And someone made one for My Funded Futures with my code. I found that out like a month ago or so. And then yesterday I found out someone did the same thing on Take Profit Trader, I guess. So I tweeted about it, and Matt from My Funded Futures was like, that's not right, and they took it away. So that was nice. But it turns out a lot of people seem to have, a lot of more known people, I hate to say influencers or whatever, but more known people have their codes taken at TPT. I'm wondering if the company themselves, if like a big affiliate, like a big influencer name, like a code, like a common code, I'm wondering if they just like auto put it in for themselves because people know the brand and then they don't have to pay anybody. I don't know. It seems sketchy to me. But someone stole like Nutties. Patrick says his is gone too, I think. Mine's gone. Minx is gone. Alpine's is gone. There was like a bunch of people that have it gone. Maybe they do it to stop others getting it. No, I mean the code itself works. It's kind of sketchy. I'm sure if you join them, they'll give it to you. It's not even that, dude. If I joined, I would want all of the money that ever was used with code TBM. And then I was looking it up, and I can technically sue for that. I'm not sure if I'm going to. I don't know how much money it would actually be, but it's called unfair competition or something like that. I tweeted about it. Yeah, unfair competition. If someone's using your affiliate code without your permission and for their own benefit, especially if your code is widely known and used by others. This is because using another person's affiliate code without their permission is considered unfair competition as it involves deceptive and fraudulent conduct. I don't think I would ever do it by myself, but if everybody else was pissed off enough and wanted us to, I would join in. Man, did y'all see the dude in crypto on Hyperliquid? Dude had a 10,000 Bitcoin 40x leverage long that he opened up at like 108 maybe, or 105 or something like that. Dude ran up $17 million in 1 hour. It got like Bitcoin nuked in 1 hour. He dropped to $5 million of negative P&L. And then Bitcoin pumped super hard and he ran up to $40 million. And the guy was smart enough to take off half his position already. I don't know what Bitcoin's doing right now, but he already like took off half his position, locked in $20 million. And I think it was incredible that he was able to do that, because that's like a big, I was saying it in the Discord. I think like at that point, the biggest thing, because it's Hyperliquid and it's on Twitter, is your ego. I mean, imagine having a trade run up $40 million very publicly and still having the balls to cut the trade. Like massive balls to hold the trade, to open the trade and to hold the trade on Hyperliquid, which is like on chain, but also to be able to cut the trade that's up $40 million. Because my brain would be like, well, why not 50? You know what I mean? And the dude started like, I think he said he started like 2 or 3 years ago. And I quote, in the trenches. He got in on Pepe super, super low, made an absolute bag, and then is still degen and ripping it. Pretty crazy though, man. $40 million Bitcoin trade, very publicly. And it's not like that's like screenshotted. That's like, it was real. Straight up very real. Or photoshopped, I should say. Not like it was photoshopped. That was like a very real trade. Oh, now he's down $8 million. They're coming for me exactly as I expected. I ain't selling. I'm buying into them. Positions now over $809 million of value on 40x. So the margin is $20 million. My God, dude. And it's crossed. So he could technically, he could get his whole account nuked. That's how cross works on crypto. But he's down 8 million. So he locked in 20 million. Now he's down 8 million. So net 12, I guess. There you go. Update on my little BTC long position. Up 19 million after taking off half, basically. Crazy, dude. People are insane. Publishing your lick price is brain dead. It's on Hyperliquid, man. It's public knowledge. It's not like him posting it is not anything that people can't see already. There's been a few instances of big whales on Hyperliquid getting hunted. How does 20 million leverage do a bill? Who's funding that? So the way that crypto like perpetual futures work is funding is paid for by longs or shorts depending on the funding rate. So technically, like I think let me pull it back up. We can just see it from his thing. I wasn't looking for it, but we can see it. He's probably paying funding by being long, actually. I would assume he's the one paying funding right now, and you pay it off of your, off of the value, actually. You pay it off the position value. He's closed the funding tab. Let's see if we can find one with funding in there. Here we go. Yeah. So, for instance, on his Bitcoin long, this was a while ago. Funding usually happens every, it's been a while since I've messed with it, but I want to say every 8 hours. It's either every 8 or every 12 hours, something like that. I guess it might depend on the platform too. But it's paid off of if you're long or short and kind of the move of Bitcoin. So he's paid 1.5 million in funding, while people that are currently net short have received, they've received funding for being net short. It can get kind of confusing. I'm not going to talk about it that much because we're not trading crypto here, but there you go. Okay, this candle's closing out. Like another retest of like 40, I think is kind of interesting. Even up to like 43. Like this, to me, is worth having an order out until I see buyers go crazy. Just because we're at the top of the range and we've been getting slapped off of it. Instead, it looks like we actually nailed the 50% line, or very close to it. Pretty close. Buyers are coming in. I'm taking that order off. I don't like that. I don't want to be seeing like this sideways action pushing us into it as opposed to seeing actual like buying going on. We'll see how we would have responded. Okay, I would have just gotten filled. I'm glad I took that order off. There's VWAP. Buyer's looking pretty good. We're pushing through VWAP. 980 coming up. So we just pushed out of the top of the day, the high of day. We just smacked through 80. We got 21K coming up right now. Test a VWAP. Kind of interesting. Little sketchy, but kind of interesting. Even that prior high at 55, kind of interesting. Like that. But we seem to be, it got pretty close. It got to 56. Pushing out of it. On a candle that has a lot of strength like that through VWAP, it comes back down into VWAP. It's like that prior high is honestly a pretty good spot if you like it. But there's that 55 level just traded. Prior high of the day. Quick little bounce out of it. Candle's closing in 20 seconds, so I want to see what happens. I'm now interested in not the 55 trade, but the 47 trade. I think could be kind of interesting. 50, honestly. Top of the range. If Delta's going to hold up, stay up. I got a big block right below my order, huh? 50 block? I don't love that. I'm gonna go and move that break even. It's not worth messing around with, honestly. Staying alive. Stopped out. That's okay. This order is non-existent. Worth the stop. I'm very okay with the stop out there. It's a little bit of a catch off of the prior wick. I wanted to see VWAP trade, but potentially I think we're like acceptance into the mid 60s. I think is very much on the table here, which is what I was kind of looking for there. We're moving enough to where like a little 12-point trade I think is very much on the table. But I'm also like down at the lows here. If I don't move this to break even, I think we can get absolutely slapped back to point of control very quickly. Which is why I don't want to mess around with it. So I'm okay with the break even stop there. All that to say, I like the area I got in at. It's a little quick dice, but nothing too crazy, and ended up stopping me out, running up to VWAP onto the next trade. Feels like it's time to pre-run IB. Yeah, dude, it's giving off that energy for sure. Why not? Why not print a brand new high that's so aggressive into like 2120 or something right before IB's formed? VWAP is not uninteresting with the way Delta looks. And I mean, we've been going up, so it's like, I like the up moves for sure. I think we just push it, to be honest. I don't think we get a pullback at all. I think we just push IB. Current highs, not really IB, but I think we just push the current highs. Am I going to regret not buying VWAP? Or will it be the right idea to not do it with Delta kind of coming in? Prior open. Also an interesting spot. Missed the fill by 4 points. Trying to watch Delta here. Like the rotation to 50. Candle's closing out in 20 seconds. IB will be formed. Into the 1 minute kind of order block looking thing as well. Delta looks pretty good. I'm gonna go and move that break even. I gotta take that off. It almost got hit. It missed it by like a tick. I still ended up with more than 10 points, but it missed it by like a tick. I'm not gonna mess around with that. Yeah, look, I would have been a dick for a tick and it would have slapped into break even. So that was the right play there. Ends up being basically a 10 pointer. Off the bottom of the range, prior open. Took a couple points of heat, but nothing crazy, and it was a nice move up. I'm very happy with that. I'm happy with my out, especially because I would have gotten stop break even just for it to run back up to VWAP.